Now at 6, accusations in Joplin of campaign signs removed ahead of yesterday's election. Plus, PSU celebrates some key moments in the school's history. And
just like districts around the nation, schools in our area are dealing with teacher shortages. I'm Anthony Saviello, and I'll be speaking to a few school districts about what they're doing to retain teachers.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
a Joplin sales tax proposal is settled by voters, but an issue surrounding the campaign is not. This is KOIM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Joplin voters yesterday gave their overwhelming support to the capital improvement sales tax renewal. But some citizens who oppose that tax are upset about what they see as an effort to silence their message. KOIM's Amber Jenkins has more.
During Tuesday night's council meeting, Brian Evans claims his signs opposing the capital improvement sales tax were obscured and removed by the chairman of the sales tax committee, Ben Levins. In a written statement, Evans says, quote, "I had 90% of the signs that I put out, almost 24 signs, removed and stolen, as well as my signs blocked in and obstructed as to ensure that voters will only see vote yes on properties that we had permission from the landowners." Some other citizens supported Evans' claim.
I've seen the pictures of the signs. They have the yes sign, and then Brian will put a no sign beside it. He doesn't encroach on theirs, but he puts his sign beside it, and they put more yes signs and sandwich his in so nobody can see his signs.
Brian Evans has a video of Evans telling the committee to remove his signs.
There's a gentleman named Brian Evans. He has a name on his signs, and if you see those signs, our signs are all we've gotten permission from every one of our signs to put them up when we put them up.
After listening to the video, Levins admits he removed 3 signs from private property.
I did tell all of my committee members that they can take down signs if they put up signs on your property or somebody that you know is their private property and they don't have permission to have those signs there, you can remove those signs.
Levins says after learning one property owner had allowed a sign, Levins returned all 3 signs back to Evans.
On Joseph's property, we had to leave them alone because they did indeed have permission. We did check afterwards, and Richard Joseph doesn't care who put signs on his property, so that's fine. And we left those up, as far as I know.
Brian Evans has filed a police report on the matter. Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOIM News.
Joplin police confirm they are looking into that case. A bit cool out there, but otherwise a nice day. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we should be topping out mid to upper 60s for this time of the year. We didn't make it there today. We're going to get much closer as we go through the next couple days, but it was fine. I mean, we have mostly sunny skies. 54 in Joplin, 55 is where we sit in Pittsburgh. A little bit cooler on the Missouri side, 50 in Monette. We have 58 in Jay. We have 60 in Independence, 57 in Fort Scott. Now, tonight we're going to drop back. It's still kind of windy, so that makes it feel a little bit colder. Northwesterly winds, and we are getting some gusts out there, which have been kind of 25 to 30, but pretty much clear skies. We're going to stick with pretty much clear skies as we go through the evening hours. We'll slide back through the 50s, 40s, now mid-30s later on tonight, so we may get a little bit of patchy frost in some spots, but a warming trend the next few days. We're going to talk about that here in a bit.
Catch you in a few. PSU today celebrates the school's long history. The Apple Day event celebrates the school's first president as well as funding for the school's first permanent building, Russ Hall, back in 1903. Event organizers hope to cultivate a real love for the traditions surrounding the event.
In order for tradition to continue to exist at your institution or in any culture, it really has to have a tie to people's hearts. And for our students, there just really wasn't as much of a tie. So the hope is that by re-inviting the community to come out and be part of it and to have things that maybe, I don't know, are more fun, apply to a person's heart a little bit more, we can reinvigorate that tradition.
Apple Day is the longest running celebration in Pitt State history. Fort Scott High School today hosted a career fair. The fair brought in more than 100 booths. The event introduces high school students to career opportunities in the region and prepares students for the educational requirements.
The kids to see how awesome our community is and the businesses that run it and the needs that we have in our community for job openings.
Crash and burn. Yeah, just to have a successful day and have students become more aware.
That event provided breakfast and lunch for the students, as well as a drawing for prizes. Most area schools are just a month away from wrapping up the school year, and now a lot of administrators are struggling with how to retain and hire new and qualified teachers. KOIM's Anthony Saviello has more.
I think right now it's a big time where you start to see a lot of teacher movement.
As the 2023-2024 school year comes to a close, schools in our area are taking steps to retain the teachers they have and attract new ones.
We're lucky a little bit. We've had a couple positions here at the middle school, and we've been able to fill those positions, and we've had a good amount of applicants for those positions.
Jonathan Wingert is the principal at Webb City Middle School. He says a big part of his job is supporting the teachers he has.
I want to take care of our teachers because the better that I can take care of them, or we as an administration can take care of our teachers, then the better our teachers can take care of our students.
When it comes to teacher shortage, Principal Wingert says there's not much of one here in Webb City. However, other school districts in our area, like McDonald County, are switching to 4-day school week to hopefully retain teachers and bring in qualified ones. The same can be said for Baxter Springs. Their school district is on the verge of wrapping up its first year of 4-day school weeks.
As far as recruiting for teachers, which is what we're doing this for, we've got openings and we've had several applicants.
Though Superintendent Pendergraft is confident 4-day school weeks will play a part in retention, he says it's still something they will continue to review.
We like what we see so far, but obviously we'll evaluate this on an annual time frame. But again, we like what we see, but at the same time, we want to make sure we thoroughly investigate this each year.
When it comes to retaining teachers, solutions seem to be varied, whether it's a shorter school week, higher salaries, or just simply checking in on your teachers. All of them could be solutions. But now the question is, how do we get more teachers in the schools? Reporting in Baxter Springs, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
The Webb City Middle School held a hiring fair this afternoon to help recruit teachers and other school staff positions. Both districts say they also rely on word of mouth as a big recruitment tool. An all-state athlete gives a verbal commitment to play basketball for Missouri Southern. John's going to have that story and more coming up later in sports. But up first, Joplin police identify a suspect in the Monday night shooting on Main Street.
And get more only at Ashley.
Joplin police are looking for this man, Trent Cobb, in connection with that shooting on Main Street Monday night. Authorities have charged Cobb with assault in the first degree and armed criminal action. Monday night, Joplin police received a report of a shooting near 18th and Main Street. A man had been shot there and the suspect had ran away. EMS took the victim to a hospital in serious condition. Joplin SWAT served a search warrant at an address where they believed the suspect might be. Turns out he wasn't there. Authorities say Cobb should be considered armed and dangerous. Montgomery County, Kansas authorities have arrested a couple of suspects in a burglary and theft case near the Coffeyville Industrial Park. A caller had spotted a car fleeing from a barn where a chain had been removed. Police say they found the car with the two suspects and stolen property inside. Charges against Robert Michael of Coffeyville, Kansas and Jacob Lind of Altamont, Kansas include burglary, theft, and criminal damage to property. Kansas Department of Health and Environment has rescinded the stream advisory for Shoal Creek from the Missouri state line, the confluence with the Spring River, and south to the Oklahoma state line in Cherokee County. KDHE issued the advisory yesterday as a result of a raw sewage release near Joplin. Sewer maintenance staff determined a pressure main was leaking in McClellan Park. City staff are continuing the cleanup process and they're monitoring the repair. KDHE has deemed the stream safe for secondary contact now. Secondary contact includes such things as wading and livestock use. A little bit later, the Gorillas continued their climb up the rankings. John's going to have details on how PSU moved into the top 10. That's coming up in sports.
Plus another cold night for us tonight, but we are going to start to warm back up. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, it turned out to be a chilly one for us today. Temperatures, they struggled to warm up, but we still went into the 50s 4 highs, which, hey, we'll definitely take. Windy out there. You can see the flags blowing. We're looking at our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex Tower Cam. Of course, downtown Joplin, looking off toward the north and to the east, but we do have clear skies up top. Throughout the evening, slide back through the 50s, 40s, low to mid 30s later on tonight. So it is going to be cold. We're going to be near frost. Could even get a patchy frost across the region. 53 in Carthage, Neosho. Pittsburgh 55, Miami sitting at 58. Chanute, a little bit warmer at 61. Cassville on the other end sitting at 50 degrees. But look at the entire Central Plains into the Great Lakes. Much colder than where we should be for this time of the year. We should be into the upper 60s to approaching 70 degrees. Outside, 54, still northwesterly winds at about 10 to 20. We've had gusts a little bit higher than that at times, but these are going to stay pretty brisk as we go through the evening hours for us tonight. You can see those gusts over the past few hours in that 20 to upwards 35 mile per hour range. Pretty much clear skies, few little clouds shooting through our eastern counties. Big upper level low spinning up across the Great Lakes. We look pretty good. We have flow right out of Canada dropping in, but a ridge of high pressure will start to roll in. That's going to start a warming trend as we go through the rest of the week. Tonight, cold, mid 30s, low to mid 30s. Patchy frost, clear skies. Sunny skies tomorrow, mid 50s by noon. Most of us will top out near 60 degrees, so it looks pretty good. Tomorrow night, another cold one. Drop back 34, 35 degrees once again. And then as we go into Friday, a little bit better. Few mid and upper level clouds, but we go into the mid 60s for highs, which is definitely going to be nice. All right, day planner, 35 to start, 54 by noon, 60 by 4 p.m. Plenty of sunshine all day long. We do have to watch our next hot spot. This is going to be Saturday evening, Saturday night. Thunderstorms, central Kansas driving in. In the yellow, some of those could be strong to severe. We'll have to see if we extend this a little farther east as we get into the next couple days. But most of the weekend looks pretty good. We're going to go into the 70s Saturday. Here are those thunderstorms. Central Kansas drive in late evening through the overnight hours, Saturday night, and then push through. And then by Sunday, we look pretty good, near 70 for highs. Let's go into Monday. Monday is eclipse day, and there's a lot of clouds. In fact, if we look at totality, it's right now not looking the best, at least around here. We're looking like we're going to see partly cloudy skies, but if you want to travel into totality, we need some of these clouds to clear up a little bit as we go through the next few days. All right, 60 on Thursday, 66 on Friday, 74 windy, evening thunderstorms Saturday. Sunday looks good, some clouds on Monday, showers back in on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.
You know, it occurs to me the shortest distance to actually see the eclipse is straight up. You got to get above the clouds, but that's true. Easier said than done. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, Missouri Southern men's basketball picks up an in-state commitment, and Pitt State softball moves into the top 10 in the most recent coaches poll. John Dales has those stories and a lot more coming up.
Hey, welcome into sports. I'm John Dales. NEO Baseball has a special opportunity today in the Golden Norsemen's A&M Classic rivalry with Connors State. The game's being played at One Oak Field, the home of the Tulsa Drillers. Now, the Drillers are the AA affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Golden Norsemen get the chance to play in a minor league field with 8,000 seats. KOAM sports reporter Brock Baldridge is in Tulsa. He's got coverage during the game. Check out his Facebook for more details. We'll have the highlights and post-game reaction from Tulsa later tonight. Well, Missouri Southern men's basketball concluded its 2023-24 season just under a month ago after the Lions put together a 13-16 campaign in year 2 under head coach Sam McMahon. Now they look ahead to the future, and they receive a verbal commitment today. Cooper Francis announces on Twitter this morning he's committing to Missouri Southern men's basketball. He's a high school senior at Salisbury who took home 3rd place in the Missouri Class II state tournament this year. Now, here's some more info on the newest commit to the Lions. Francis received all-state honors from the Missouri Basketball Coaches Association both his junior and senior years. He's a 6'4" lefty guard, and while leading Salisbury to a 3rd place finish in the 2024 state tournament, Francis averaged 34 points per game. Now, Pitt State softball is enjoying a week off. After winning 4 in a row last weekend, in their downtime, the Gorillas move up further in the Division II Top 25 coaches poll. For the first time this season, PSU is in the top 10 in the country. Jenny Fuller's group is 18-0 at home so far. That undefeated record will be put to the test on Saturday when Missouri Southern travels to Pittsburgh for a doubleheader. Over to Major League Baseball, the second series of the year for the Royals and Cardinals. Both of those wrap up today. Cardinals have already clinched a series victory after beating the Padres 2 games in a row. They can't finish off the sweep today, though. The Redbirds lose 3-2 to the Padres in Game 3. That brings their record down to 3-4 on the season. Cardinals play their home opener tomorrow afternoon against the Marlins. First pitch from Busch Stadium scheduled for 3:15. Now, the Royals game today was supposed to start at 12:05. After nearly a 5-hour rain delay, they finally do get started in Baltimore. Kansas City leads 2-0 in the top of the 5th inning. Royals would win the series if they can hold on to that lead. And switching gears to the NBA, tonight the Thunder go on the road to play the team with the best record in the league. It's one of their toughest tests left in the regular season. OKC plays against the Celtics, who are going for their 60th win of the year. It's a very important game for Oklahoma City, but it will be without 2 of its best players, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams. This one tips off at 6:30. The Thunder enter the night having already clinched a playoff berth, but half game behind the top seed Nuggets. Like I said, going to be an uphill battle tonight for the Thunder without their best player, without 2 of their best 5 players probably. But like I said, also very important for playoff seeding. 3 teams within that first spot in the West.
Even though they're already in the playoffs, you
Yes.
want to have some momentum heading into it and get the best seed you can.
That's right.
We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. How a local nonprofit is helping students find the perfect dress for the prom. Plus, Pittsburgh High School culinary students receive recognition for their hard work. And what to expect for this year's tick season and how you can protect yourself. Those stories, a lot more, of course. It's all coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Some middle school students got hands-on healthcare learning today. Students from Pittsburgh Community Middle School made the trip to the John Parolo Education Center as part of their Intro to Health Careers class. The kids got to tour the Education Center and Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas Pittsburgh North Clinic and also see an anatomage table demonstration. I will confess I did not know what that was, but I looked it up, and apparently it's like a digital simulation of dissection, sort of. You can see the inner workings of the human anatomy. Pretty interesting, I think. Good introduction for those students. The weather chilly, but looking pretty good.
Yeah, we are going to have a little patchy frost tonight, but 60 tomorrow, 66 on Friday, some thunderstorms moving in Saturday night.
Final sports notes.
Yeah, later tonight we're going to have the highlights, all the post-game reaction from Tulsa as NEO baseball tries to get the win.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.